This is the Algebra 1, Unit 1 review for the retest. You must have this form completed when you come to do your retest. The due date for the retest will be September 17th. Determine if the following represents a function or not a function. So we're going to have to state function or not a function. When we're looking if it's a function, we're focusing on our x values only. The x values need to be different. And you're writing down what I'm writing down. So when we look at these x values, x and then y, are all these going to be different? This one is used for a 9 and also a 5. So if we have a 1 with a 9 and then a 1 with a 5, would all of the x values be different? No, so it is not a function. For number 2, same thing. Are all of these different? The 2 will go with the 0, the 5 will go with the 0, the 7 will go with the 2. Did all of the x values have something different? Yes, so it is a function. For question number 3, this is a graph, so we can use our vertical line test. As we move our vertical line across the graph, are we touching the x at different places every time? The answer is yes. We don't have repeating points touching, so this one will also be a function. Question number 4, we do our vertical line test again, and will it be a function? No. Here's one example, because it's touching, well, my line isn't exactly vertical, there we go. It's touching here, here, and here on that vertical line, so it is not a function. Question number 5, again we have a graph, so we can just look using our vertical line test. And when we use our vertical line test, is it touching in more than one spot? Right here. This is not allowed, so this is not a function. These two dots will have the same x value. This one will be -1, -1. This one will be -1, and then +2. So you can see that the x values are the same. This is not allowed. This is not a function. On question number 6, again, we're looking for our x values to be different. So I'm going to circle my x values so I can focus in on those since there's a whole lot of numbers in a line. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are those all different? Yes, so it is a function. Question number 7. Function notation from graphs and equations. We are going to evaluate when we have f of 2. And when we have f of 2, the 2 is in the x spot. We're used to saying f of x. So on the x-axis, we're going to go over to 2. This is our x-axis. This is our y-axis. We're going to go over x to 2. And this is our horizontal number. Now you're looking for your y value. So we go up, and when we go up, we're going up to 15. So the answer is 15. F of 6, again, f of x. The 6 is in the x spot. So on the x-axis, this time when we go over to 6, we need to know how high we go, and we're going to go all the way up to 35. What is the value of x if f of n equals 25? This time we don't know our x value. We don't know our horizontal value. We're going to figure out when y equals 25. Remember, f of x equals y. So this is the same thing as saying y equals 25. So on the y-axis, when we go to 25, we can also write it like this. F of x equals y. So we can see that y is 25. When y is 25, we're using our y-axis. Now we need our x value. So we're going to go sideways, and we go sideways to 4. So x equals 4. Question number 8, we're going to do the same kinds of things that we just did on question number 7. F of x, so that 2 is in the x spot. So on the x-axis, we're going to go sideways to 2, and I don't see numbers. I see a 5 here, so let's just verify. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're counting by ones. So 2, and we go up. Our y value is 4. Right here. f of 5, remember we're doing f of x. So x is 5. So on the x-axis, when I go over to 5, what am I doing for my f of x equals y? What am I doing for my y value? So when I'm going sideways on the x-axis to 5, I just have right here to be on my graph. So my value is 0. What is the value of x if f of n equals 7? And remember, that's f of x equals y. So this time I have my y value. So on the y value, we're going to be going up to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And when I go up to 7, the graph excuse me, is right here. The x value is going to be 3.